Welcome to Dom's Corner, everybody, the show where we talk about movies, life, TV shows, music, whatever we want to talk about, really. And yeah, sure, if we want to. And today, I am sitting down here with Ian Schick. Ian, how you doing today, bud?
Oh, just lovely.
Awesome,
Just lovely.
awesome. And as
How about yourself,
always,
man?
as always, I'm your host, Dom Martino, and I'm doing very well, thank you. And if you enjoy the content here, guys, please hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, do all that. And so, yeah, we didn't really have a good topic here today. There's really no news circulating that's fun to talk about, in all honesty. Nothing that really piqued my interest. I mean, we can kind of jump off this, maybe. I mean, Sony tried shutting down, they tried kind of debunking the report of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire joining the Spider-Man thing, but they didn't really do a good job at it. I mean, because they were like, but what they said, the quote was, "We haven't confirmed this yet." And it's like, well, no shit, you haven't confirmed it yet. It doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah,
So they haven't really done anything good. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Lord. That definitely makes it seem like we haven't confirmed it yet, but guess what? It might happen.
So they didn't really debunk it, but everybody's going around saying, "Did you see Sony said it's not true?" And then no, I mean it's still possibly true.
My boss was talking about how like it's showing now that they are talking money, like with the actors, both of them.
Yeah, I mean that's possible. I haven't really seen anything on it, but it is what it is.
I'm hopeful, even though I fucking hate Andrew Garfield.
I think it'll happen. I think actually, well, see, what I'd heard is that they were actually locked in before the pandemic was even going on. Is actually what I heard. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, the guy I heard it from is pretty good, like trustworthy on that kind of thing. But it's not like, I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll happen. Yeah, I'm hopeful too.
Definitely hopeful.
I mean, it would be awesome to come out of the pandemic and just, see a movie with Andrew Garfield. Yeah, right. Yeah. I almost said see a movie with Andrew Garfield, and that would not be great for you. But
watch them do like a movie with like, I think who was it that voiced Miles Morales? Wasn't that Sway Lee?
Yeah, something like that.
Watch them be like, okay, we need another person on here. And they're just like, Sway Lee, can you like use some makeup to cover up all your tattoos? And he's like, nah.
Yeah, I would like that though. That would be a fun movie. I love Spider-Verse. I said it with you and Mark not that long ago that I think that Spider-Verse is my second favorite Spider-Man of all time. So yeah.
Well, it was a fantastic comic series. I had not read the comic series myself, but from what I understand, like this, I know the story and I know how the story plays out. Now, this Spider-Verse that was on like in theaters is different from the Spider-Verse that was in the comics, but I feel like from what I know about the actual like comic book Spider-Verse, they would do fantastic with adding as many as they can.
Yeah.
Even if they're like the animated actors and they somehow get them on.
Yeah, but the thing is though too is like everybody talks about like, and I'm not saying that they could be done right. I'm just saying everybody talks about the like the Amazing Spider-Man movies and how crowded those movies felt, right, with characters and stuff. But like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was like an hour and a half long. That's the difference. I think that they would at least go 2 hours with any Spider-Man movie. If you get all three Spider-Mans in one movie, you're gonna be looking at probably about, I don't know, 2 hour and 20-minute movie, maybe.
I'd be hopeful for a 3-hour movie.
3 hours, it's pushing it with these, but not for me. Like I'll watch a 3-hour movie, but
yeah, no, I mean, like
business-wise, it's pushing it.
No, I get that, but I feel like if you're gonna have 3 actors in one movie that are supposed to play like the main hero,
yeah,
it would have to be a 3-hour movie or quite a few different parts.
Well, the thing that Marvel does better, or the biggest advantage they have, is they have multiple movies and coming up here TV shows, or streaming series, to build all this stuff. So we don't really shouldn't be much of a concern moving. They'll build it all out throughout each of the movies and TV shows and stuff. So it's not like it won't be too hard to develop characters inside of it, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did a TV series for it, I think that'd be cooler, because then it would give us something a little bit longer to watch.
I mean, yeah, I would say I'm all for these streaming series over the movies, anymore. So when even like with Star Wars, I've been saying it like forever, like ever since Mandalorian came out, give me more TV, or more streaming series, because it's
I feel like TVs are definitely hooking more nowadays, and it's funny because it used to be TV, then it was like movies, now it's TV again.
well, yeah, I mean it's yeah, you get so much more time to make these, I mean, they're basically making 8-hour movies is what they're doing inside of these things.
Yeah,
Or in the case of
maybe
something like
more reason
Mandalorian
to
with
love the characters.
half-hour episodes, you're looking at 4-hour movies. It's still longer than what we're seeing in the theater, so
Yeah.
it's, yeah, it works out better on TV for that reason. You get an extended amount of time. It's much, much better to do it that way.
Oh, speaking of TV series, I finished The Ranch today.
Oh, did you? I
Yes.
saw. I like The Ranch. Did you
I
like the ending?
I was kind of heartbroken. So it was kind of hard for me to watch after a certain character being no longer a part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of hard to watch, but I feel like now that I finished it, I was like, you know what, that was a fitting ending. But now I want more because he just finished his project
Well, to me,
for
it
his
was
family
like,
to move into.
well, you could have still done a whole other thing. I think they set up enough inside of it to where they could have, and it's not like we needed it, but the way that wrapped up was the thing for me. It wasn't so much like what was going on in the story at the end, because I was okay with that. I was just more or less like, it just kind of ended with them on the porch,
Yeah,
and it was just like
I felt
that.
like the ending was a little bit rushed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they had like, there was more story to tell. I mean, inside of it, I felt like.
I think they kind of with how Ashton Kutcher kind of was in that '70s show. I think it kind of makes sense as to how they ended it off, like how they ended off that '70s show,
Right.
because it's like, well, from this point on, I mean, it's up to you to guess what happens.
Yeah.
They left enough there for us to kind of wonder what happens, but enough there to know, what's happened. Like we feel fulfilled.
Yeah. I
We
agree. I
feel
like
fulfilled.
fulfilled.
We feel fulfilled.
You feel fulfilled. You feel fulfilled.
I'll just go fuck myself. But no, I feel like that show it's a fantastic show. I feel like it represents a lot of like what family's supposed to be, and I feel like represents how much of a little bitch Ashton Kutcher can be as a TV character.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, he bits us a lot, but that was a fantastic role.
Yeah, I told you that before. Like, this is his best acting in general. Like, he really doesn't act that well anywhere else. Guardian was a good movie.
I didn't watch that. I don't watch a lot of serious movies.
Yeah. You should watch The Guardian. It's actually really good. He does a good job in that.
Speaking of, one of the topics that we have on hand today, it was kind of hard for me to watch this one too, but it was very interesting, was the 7.
Oh, trial of the Chicago 7. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. It was kind of hard for me to watch just because like the seriousness in it, but also it was kind of hard to watch, like kind of emotionally.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah. There's a lot of I mean, there's a lot of hard things in there. I don't want to give anything away. I mean,
No.
You could look up the story because it's a true story, but there's still like elements within it that I feel like specific character elements that I feel like you're probably not going to get just from Googling what happened. Like in a summary. But let's get into it. So this is the review of the trial of the Chicago 7. This is directed by Aaron Sorkin. This is only his second movie out there. He did that Molly's Game prior to this, and which is supposed to be really, really awesome.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. But excuse me, I had a burp. But he so he did Molly's Game prior, and I think he's like one of these guys that's been working in film for a long time, but he's never actually gone out and directed until recently. But yeah,
Do you know what Molly's Game was supposed to be about at all, or is
not
that like
really.
in
I
it?
know that Jessica Chastain's in it. That's really all I know about it. But yeah, there was something like, I don't know, something like I don't know. I hear it's a really raunchy movie, so I don't really know what's
Ooh,
up with it. But
raunchy.
yeah, I hear it's great. I hear it's really good. Maybe I'll check it out now. It's on Netflix. So, yeah. But Aaron Sorkin's follow up to his directorial debut, The Trial of Chicago 7. I basically it's these guys that, excuse me, incited riots, and got put on trial for it. And we're basically accused of conspiring together. Whether or not they were, I'll leave that up to you, the viewer, to watch the movie, and so that way we don't give anything away here. uh so the first thing I wanted to touch on with it is like the performances were terrific across the board. I thought, I mean, everybody showed up and played their roles very well. I was really impressed with Eddie Redmayne. I'm typically impressed with. He plays oh man, I cannot remember his character's name. Tom. He's the character of Tom, something or other. He's the
Like Henny or whatever his last name was supposed to be.
Tom what,
Henner, I don't know.
something like that, something along those lines.
It's hard to remember the names. I'm awful at names anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about him in the movie, and then a lot of people are going to be talking about Sacha Baron Cohen in this film. He really came in and did a phenomenal job. I mean, he is on
Was
point.
he? Was he? What was the name?
The comedian.
Starts with A, right?
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
It was
Yeah,
something. Annie.
Annie, right? Or Abby. I think it's Abby.
Abby.
Yeah. So he plays Abby. I think everybody's gonna be talking about his performance coming up here, because he really did a fantastic job in this movie.
He was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, he was really good. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a less dynamic role than he typically does in this. He's good. He's still good.
I was
he's not
sad about that.
Yeah, he's typically, you give him a role that's really dynamic, but he's still very likable in the movie, and he does a good job. Like, he's really good still. He's likable in a weird way, like, because it's like he's playing. It really comes down to a point of view thing, like. But I think like you understand that he's there to do a job, even though he might not be
struggling.
doing right. He plays a lawyer, and he might not be on the side that you want him to be on, but he's he's doing a job. He's there to do a job, and I enjoyed whoever this actor was that played the judge in there. I have no idea, but damn, he did good, because he really made me hate him, like in a big way.
He was believable.
Yeah, he was
He was
pretty
definitely
incredible.
believable in his role.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but everybody just came in, did a phenomenal job, and there's a lot of other actors. It's a big ensemble piece, because it's yeah.
That judge, like, he almost made me want him to die as much as like the dude who played Joffrey.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's up there. He as far as like characters to hate, this judge is like in that category. I mean, really incredible job the actor did with that. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be one of those movies that I think a lot of people are gonna be talking about. I actually watched it twice. I liked it that much. Like I watched it a second time. I enjoyed it that much. I think it's got a good message behind it. Very powerful. Relates to a lot of the stuff we're gonna be dealing with today. I mean, we are dealing with today. Quite the incredible film. I mean, you said you enjoyed it, right? Like, for the most part,
yeah, I liked it. I thought it was I really thought it was a solid film.
Yeah.
Again, I watched it in passing, so it was like I didn't have the chance to, because of, well, as you can see, my foam, my nice foam here, in the process of moving. But no, like, hands down, it was a really solid film from what I was able to pay attention to in the passing of it. Even though Joseph Gordon-Levitt didn't play a strong role, he was what drew me to the movie in the first place. Like, you suggested it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a watch. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt was on screen. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a really good film.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then I was
one of
like,
the things I like, I mean, we see these types of movies a lot with the trials and things like that, but we don't typically see like 7 people on trial in something like this,
yeah,
you know. So it's like it's an ensemble piece, and that's typically not something that we'll see all the time or ever really. And I think that they all just like the chemistry had to work between all the actors in order to make it work. Um, and just the it's a really well made movie, and I enjoyed. I mean, they added a lot of humor into it, but it's mostly a powerful drama. And I think a lot of people are really going to dig it. And it's a true story I had no idea about, so it was something that was interesting to me. I
I
mean, like,
personally recommend it.
yeah, I mean, I've heard the name Jerry Rubin, like the character Jerry Rubin. Whoever played him did a good job too. But like that character, I've heard his name from history, but I've never I never heard this story, you know. So
I was kind of disappointed also that Michael Keaton played a really small role.
yeah, Michael Keaton's in there. He plays a very, very tiny role.
Very minute.
But yeah, um, but yeah, for the most part, this is one of those movies that I definitely recommend everybody check out. It's on Netflix. Something to watch. So that's
8 out
all
of
it
10
really
for me.
comes. It's all it comes down to anymore. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Very powerful flick. So that is the review of the trial on the Chicago 7. And if you guys saw it, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Would really like to hear
Without spoilers.
that. Yes. Yeah. So I was watching this video the other day about with this lady who have you ever seen this? Is on YouTube. Maybe I'll have to send you the link at some point. But she goes. I mean, they're recording her, right? Because she pulls up to the gas station to fill up her tank with gas. And she's on the wrong side. She parks on the wrong side of her car.
Are you
So
talking about how she like drives around,
yeah,
drives
did
around?
you see this?
Oh my God. And it was a couple filming her, right?
Right,
And they're
it's
like,
so sad.
should I tell her? Should I tell her?
It is the saddest thing I've ever seen. Maybe I mean she stops like at some. And you know what's hilarious is like they were filming her doing this, which means she was already stopping at places before they started
Yeah,
filming.
no,
So she was doing
they
this
had
for a long time.
she had to do it like a couple times before they even started doing that.
Dude, the video's like 7 minutes long. Like, how do you waste that? I mean, like, how do you not figure it out?
She spent more in gas than she did trying to fill up.
She was looking everywhere for her fucking tank. Like, she was looking up in the air. Like, where the hell is
She's
it?
like, what the fuck?
She had no idea where her tank
Didn't
was.
she struggle after they got out and told her?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my Lord, I'm pretty positive she did.
It was a long video. I couldn't believe it.
It was hard to get through because you know what's sad is like most of our country, there's a lot of people in our country that are like that.
Yeah, it's really fucking dumb people.
Look, if you're one of those dumb people, don't worry. We're not calling you out,
Yeah,
but we're calling you out.
I don't understand how you just. What are you looking in the air for your gas tank? Like it's not gonna fall from the sky. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh
Holy
man,
shit, man! I couldn't believe it.
it's not even just in our country either. There's people like that outside the country. It's just a world.
Right. It's true. I've met a lot of ignorant people in my time as well, so it's you know.
Dom, is this your way of calling me out?
No, just white shirt.
Identity theft is not a joke.
I know you haven't watched The Office, but like there's a scene in there where Dwight he's talking about how I'm rewatching it again, obviously. So he's talking about how he gave a fire safety class and like nobody paid attention. So he lights this piece of paper on fire and just throws it in the trash can, and like the whole office, it's one of the most chaotic things I've ever seen in this series. Like everybody's freaking out because the other thing he did is he heated up the door handle, so every time somebody would go up to like he took like a blowtorch to him, so every time somebody would go to open the door, they thought that it was fire because the handles were hot and they couldn't get through. And the best part of the whole thing is the character Oscar goes up into the ceiling, like he removes one of the ceiling because they can't get out of this fucking office, so he goes up into the ceiling, like he removes one of these ceiling things. And here's Angela, because she brought her cat to work that day for whatever reason. She's like, Oscar, save my cat. And she throws the cat into the ceiling, and then he comes out on the other side of the ceiling, just like it didn't even work. He just broke right through the fucking. What do you call those panels? They're panels, right? The ceiling
They're
panels.
just panels.
Yeah.
They're just
So
panels.
he just breaks out through the other side of the panel. It's like it happens in seconds, but that is one of the best episodes of The Office.
What season is that?
That is 5. I want to say it's season 5. I can send you the name of the episode so you can see it. It's hilarious.
No, I'll get to it. I know I'm on season 3. I'll just restart season 3.
Okay. But what was the other one? This is another one where, oh my gosh, this is like one of the most cringeworthy episodes of The Office you'll ever watch. It's called Scott's Tots.
God.
Basically.
Hold on.
You okay?
My dad's a fucking asshole. He just walks up to me really slowly and then he goes, "Here's this." Right in my face, and I'm like, my field of view is just completely like right here. Oh my God. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate you handing me my mail. My heart dropped. I'm glad you were able to record that. Fuck.
Yeah. That was awesome.
That really made my heart drop for a second there.
You okay?
Whew, go on.
Oh no! I was just talking about Scott's Tots. He's like so basically when Michael Scott it was like 10 years ago, he made some promises to like a whole entire class of third graders that he was going to pay their college tuition. And then on Scott, he called it the Michael Scott Foundation, and they all got shirts that said Scott's Tots on it, and it was a whole thing. But like, it's one of the most cringeworthy things ever. And like, obviously, he can't pay all their college tuitions, but like, the day has come that they're gonna graduate, and he has to go over there and do a whole thing. It's one of the most cringeworthy things that I've ever seen.
That makes me cringe just thinking about it because I know how Michael is.
Yeah, and there's a part he's talking to Jim, and he's like, Jim, he's like, I did something really bad, and Jim was like, murder, and he's like, no, worse than murder. And it's like when you watch it, when you find out what he actually did, it's like that might be worse than murder to promise a bunch of third graders that you're gonna pay their college tuition. That might be the one thing that's worse than murder.
Oh no. You could murder all of them instead of.
What if he promised them tuition, didn't pay their tuition, and then just murdered all of them? Yeah, that'd
be worse.
That would be the worst thing that we could ever do. Yeah.
That'd be a pretty bad time in my book.
I feel like all murder kind of comes with an asterisk under it, like something like that. So maybe just murder's just the worst, and then maybe we can't really cross the line. Yeah. But dude, you gotta watch the show. I'm telling you, you get through it.
I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, get through.
You need to watch Hunting a Hill House.
Yeah, I will. I will. In my defense, I watch a lot more than you do. In my defense.
No, in your defense, I agree with you. I don't even have time to watch half the stuff that you want us to talk about.
Yeah. What's speaking of Hill House, Bly Manor. So. I have not seen it, obviously.
You also haven't seen Hill House, so I'm gonna kind of explain it the same way. And so like Hill House is more horror, and hold on, I said horror. So
I heard you. It came out fine.
Okay. Hill House is more horror and oriented. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. Blank space.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Bly Manor, it seems like it's going to be, but it's more of a love story than anything. So just heads up on that. But it does have its horror aspects, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
So like Hill House, it's the same as Hill House, that in the sense of there are some Easter eggs in the background, so pay attention because Hill House had some Easter eggs in the background. And Hill House did a good job of this. It made you feel like you're being watched. You don't know why, but when you find out, you're gonna be like, "Wow, that's why. That's fucking creepy." Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Was it?
But I think.
Was it? Well, how do you compare it to Hill House though, in terms of like which one do you like better?
I'm not. I can't discern the two because they're different and like they're filmed similarly.
Yeah.
But they're their direction is different, so it's like
Gotcha.
a different genre. But I
Gotcha.
mean, being the same director and everything like that, and a few of the same actors come back,
Yeah.
um, I it's hard to tell which one I like more.
Yeah.
After finishing it, so like like I said, Hill House is more horror and like oriented, and then like you have Bly Manor, which is a little bit more romancy, but
Yeah.
it's not like the type of romance you'd think it is. So I mean, give it a watch, and then you can kind of tell what I'm talking about. But there are definitely things in the background you should pay attention to for both of them. And then I mean, like once you watch the first one, when you watch Hill House, you'll kind
Hmm.
of see what I'm talking about, and then it's so easily noticeable in the background
Hmm.
of the second one, Bly
Okay.
Manor,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's foreshadowing in a sense of like
Okay.
what the story is going to tell you, and I
Okay.
like that. I liked that aspect. Um, so one thing I'll tell you is the difference between Hill House and Bly Manor. Um, it's kind of like how American Horror Story is, but they like to, instead of doing like here's a different subject, here's a different subject, they're like here's some haunted houses
Yeah.
with some fucking stories.
Right.
So I mean, like it all kind of ties together pretty well. They're completely different stories altogether. Nothing about the other
Hmm.
relates. They might do something like that in the future if they go like a similar direction of American Horror Story. I'm not a fan of American Horror Story, but I know that they do tie in a little bit to one another in senses.
Hmm. Well, is there any connectivity? Like, if I'm a fan of Hill House, what's going to motivate me to watch Bly Manor?
Just the film direction. I
Really?
mean, honestly,
That's
yeah, just the
interesting.
filming.
That's interesting. I actually figured there would be more connection than that.
I thought so too. I
Yeah.
really did. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it, I thought, maybe without trying to spoil things, maybe like this is supposed to be perspective of the past or the
Yeah.
future, and then they're telling a story of the past.
Right.
But there's really no connection at all.
I just don't
Um,
understand why they're calling it the sequel to The Haunting on Hill House. Like, I feel like that's a little gimmicky then if they don't end up connecting it eventually. Or maybe they will. Like, to my, I mean, to
they
their
use the
credit,
same.
maybe they
They
will.
use similar actors in it that
Right.
don't play similar roles.
So
I'll say that
they're
much.
the same actors. There's not one single character that's the same from Hill House.
No, there's no
Wow.
returning characters, just returning actors.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
saying it's a bad season of television. I'm just trying to say that from the marketing side, it just seems gimmicky right now. That's all.
from the
From the
marketing side,
marketing
it seemed
side.
like there was going to be a continuation of
Hmm.
Hill House,
Yeah,
or what was before Hill House.
yeah.
But no, it's just completely different story all around.
Huh.
But they everybody that's watched it so far that I've talked to has loved it.
Oh
I've
yeah,
loved it. I
yeah.
thought it was a great story.
Everybody's
Um,
really digging it, and they seem to be like on board with the fact that yeah, for some reason this is the same, you know,
I th- I think
universe.
they I
Maybe.
think they yeah, no, it's not. Maybe the same universe, but different
Right.
different
Right.
characters played by the same actors. I mean, like I said, it's kind of like how American Horror Story is, but better. Because I
Yeah.
just don't like American Horror Story.
Yeah. It's like
I liked the first season. I couldn't get into the others.
it's the strangest thing because like it's called the haunting on of Bly Manor, right? But there's no like actual thing that says Hill House in there or anything. So like the marketing is, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like calling this the second
Yeah.
season
So
of
like
Hill House. It's weird.
Hill House is supposed to be based in one of the southern states of America. I believe it's like
Yeah.
supposed to be like Florida or some shit. I don't
Yeah.
remember. It's been since like Christmas time I've watched it.
Uh,
But whereas Bly Manor is supposed to be in the UK.
okay. Is this supposed to be
So
based on true events or is this a
no,
completely
no.
okay?
I mean, Hill House I think was based off of a book,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't think there's anything else past that. So they're kind of just freeballing it for this
Yeah.
point. So that's why I think that they're just going to go a similar direction of American Horror Story, but instead of American Horror Story, they're doing worldwide haunted houses.
Gotcha.
It should be international house stories.
Well, it's kind of what they were doing with like The Conjuring, right? But they were based on true events, you know, and they
Yeah, I
still
mean,
had the same characters, you
they
know.
still tied it all together too with the
Mm,
Conjuring stories and
yeah,
like Annabelle and all that
yeah,
shit.
and this has not yet at this point, anyway.
At this point in time, no. Maybe it will, but
Yeah,
not for some time. Maybe next season it will, but I don't even believe that.
yeah.
Even if they do it next season.
But the style, you can tell it's the same style, though, is what you're saying. Like it's
Yeah. No, I'll just kind of I'll just throw what the genre is out there. So if anybody doesn't even know what the genre is of the second season, here's your chance to like skip forward 20 seconds. But it's gothic romance.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, it was a good watch, honestly.
Yeah,
Like I do suggest it, and I think that even though they're not similar or connecting, the filming was great, the direction was great, the acting was decent in some areas, great in others. As good as you can get for a TV show. So I mean, hands down, I'd give it probably a maybe an 8.9 out of 10.
very good, very good.
I don't want to give it a 9, but I want to give it an 8.9.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, I'll check it out. I can't wait to watch. Hill House first, and I need to finish that up because, like I said, I really like that first episode of Hill House. So I'll
I feel like
jump on
you
Black
probably
Mirror right after.
I feel like you will probably like Hill House more,
Yeah. I don't know.
just
We'll
knowing
see.
like the stylish stuff you like.
Yeah. We'll see, man. I mean, I hope I like them both. Yeah. So check that out on Netflix, guys. I guess if you get
Oh,
the chance, and yeah,
so I mean, just to kind of play into a little bit more of it. Sorry,
yeah, you're fine.
I was gonna say this, but you were still talking, so I was like,
No,
ah,
go ahead.
I
Go
won't say it.
ahead.
But so it definitely includes the political meanings behind it
Okay.
in the second season.
All right.
That people like to be like, oh, that's for the fucking snowflakes. No, it's progressive filming. I mean, that's
Yeah.
all it is progressive. There is a gay relationship in there. There is also like leaning towards like more
I
progressive
got you.
filming styles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I mean, I feel like it does that out really well too.
Cool. Cool. I
Whereas
mean,
other films and TV
right.
shows feel like they're just like, this is the main point. Like that's how I felt
Mm.
about New Mutants. It was just like, hey,
No.
this is the only driving real factor to it.
Fair enough. Yeah. So check out Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix. I couldn't think of it again. But yeah, thanks for doing that review. Good job, Ian. Good
Thank you.
review. It was
Sorry,
a
it
really
was
good.
shaky.
No, it seems like it's something that's hard not to spoil, and I think you did a really good job on that. Honestly.
It very much is.
Yeah. So good job.
It's a
on
lot
that.
of story. It's a lot of story.
Yeah. So there is something I watched though. And this is a new movie called Love and Monsters. Have you heard of this?
Not until you mentioned to me like 30 minutes ago.
Okay. Cool. See, I really want people to watch this one because like I had a lot of fun with it. So I might go just I'm not gonna spoil it per se. I just might give a little more detail on it than I typically would for something that's new. But that's because I really genuinely want people to go support this movie. I had a lot of fun with it. This is one that was supposed to be in the theater, and obviously they went the other way and decided to go home on demand. Video on demand with it. I really want people to support this. It is $20 to watch right now, but if you're going to the theater to see something like this, I mean, think about it. If you got two people with you, you're paying $10 a person anyway. So I'll forewarn you on that. So Love and Monsters is basically it's a post-apocalyptic comedy film with some really nice action in there, and feels like a really fresh story to it. So this kid is so basically it's post-apocalyptic, and they're kind of all split up into colonies. I know that kind of sounds like Hunger Games, but trust me, it's really not. Like they're all split up into their own little colonies, and the colonies, they try to find ways to survive together, and you could tell it feels like Hunger Games feels like a group of people that have learned to survive in a post-apocalyptic world, as to where like this is like they haven't really figured out how to survive yet. They're just kind of like throwing caution to the wind day after day, because they have no idea what they're doing. So they're really, really fresh off the apocalypse. You know what I mean? And they're like, they're
literally just like jump started into it like a month month in almost.
Right. Well, I think it's been like longer than that because they mentioned it, but it still seems like there's just new surprises. I mean, obviously the film's called Love and Monsters, so it's like there's a lot of monsters and there's a lot of new fresh things. So the basic premise of this, and like now the beginning, I felt like it was rough because they try to throw a lot of information at you, and there's like a lot to take in because it's setting up the world. So like there was a lot to take in at first, but. So this is a new filmmaker called Michael Matthews did this one. So he's new, and I think he did a really good job on this. I genuinely believe that if this was in the theater, it would have done a lot better, like money wise. Like it would have done really well. So I hope that people actually do check it out and watch it. The main character, I cannot remember his name, which sucks because I just watched it. That's me being bad with names. Has nothing to do with how memorable the character was,
No,
but
I get you. I'm the same way, bro.
right. I mean, it really, because the character is very memorable. I want to say his name was Scotty, but I can't remember. He's played by Dylan O'Brien, who I think is fantastic in everything he's shown up in.
What's Dylan O'Brien been in? Because I can't think of who that is.
He was the main guy in the Maze Runner series.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's a really good, talented actor. Despite what you think of the Maze Runner series, I think everybody is in
I thought the
agreement
Maze
on
Runner
his
series
acting.
was great.
I think it's fun. Yeah, I like it. I think this is better. I mean, this just feels more fresh. Personally, this movie. I mean, and it could be a franchise if people actually watch it and pay money to see it, and who knows. And he was also in American Assassin, which I don't know if you saw that one, but
no, I didn't see that one.
not really good. I don't recommend it, but he's still good in the movie. He's really good in the movie. He's good in the movie. And he's a very talented actor. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun, really fresh. The premise is nobody's really left the colony to try to get to another colony. Like that's the whole point of having a colony is you stay in your colony. Like that's kind of the rules that they've set for themselves is stay stationed in your colony and we'll do what we can to help each other survive. And the whole premise is basically like he's been radioing with his girlfriend before this apocalypse started, right? So like ever since he's been in the colony, the only contact he's had to his girlfriend is over the radio because she belongs to a different colony. Well, finally he just ups and he's like, all right, I'm going to try it. Fuck it. It's dangerous, but I'm going to go travel to find my girlfriend in this other colony. And
love will drive you to do stupid things.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of one of the messages in the movie, honestly. And it's Michael Rooker's in this movie, and he does a good job for what he has to do. Everybody likes Michael Rooker, so
Michael Rooker is great in everything he does.
He's a lot of fun, and him and O'Brien have good chemistry. Whoever this young little girl was in this movie, it was also very funny that he runs into along the way. I mean, it's an adventure film, and it has like a lot of adventure. The ending was very cool. Like I liked the direction it took at the end. I won't say what that was, but like it does something at the end, and I was like, that's different than what we would usually get out of one of these, and I'm so glad it took that direction and decided to be different. So far, the people that have seen it, it's getting received okay. Like it seems to be like people like it. Like I said, it's $20 to watch, but if you have the $20 laying around, I mean, definitely check this one out. I actually thought this movie was a lot of fun. I hope more people watch it. It's really well done. Very well filmed.
Where can we watch it?
You can watch it. You can rent it on Vudu, Amazon Prime. Wherever VOD is. Really, I think it's available. Okay. So, if you can rent it for the $20, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth the watch. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Love and Monsters. Really fun time, guys. Very well filmed. Has a really cool, really good musical score too. I wanted to make sure I threw that out. The score is very good in this movie. It's funny. Sometimes, this is one of the problems I had, if there is any, is that like sometimes like the movie thinks it's funnier than it actually is being at certain times.
So Adam Sandler.
Not nearly as bad as that's been.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, it's sometimes like some of the lines that they're throwing out there, like they think it's being funnier than it is. But when it really gets into the story, like you're really into it. Like I give this movie like the first 30 minutes, I mean, to like really feel it out, and then like once you're past that, I think everybody's gonna really dig it. It's about a 2-hour movie maybe. So yeah, really fun
Sounds good to
time.
me.
Yeah. All right, guys.
See, as you were describing that, it kind of made me think of the movie R.
Which one's
I
that?
think it was R. It's the one about like it's a Romeo and Juliet story, but it's about zombies. God, hold on, let me make sure it's R.
Okay.
But God, who was the actor in it? Hold on,
I don't know that I've ever heard of that, honestly.
maybe it's not R.
Yeah.
R is a movie, but it's not it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I don't think I have. Romeo and Juliet were robots. Well, while you're looking that up, guys, make
Warm
sure you check out.
Bodies.
Oh, Warm Bodies. This is much better than Warm Bodies, in my opinion.
I really liked Warm Bodies, but yeah, no, Warm Bodies didn't get a good review. But
Yeah, I had fun with Warm Bodies. I just like this one a lot better. But yeah, guys, if you saw Love and Monsters, make sure you leave some feedback or let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. But yeah, go ahead, Ian.
spoiler free. There we go.
Yeah, don't spoil it for people.
But no, no, like what you're describing made me think. Sorry, R is the character's name.
That's
Obviously, it's
right.
like
That's right.
Romeo,
I forgot
but
about that. Yeah, that was a decent movie. It was a nice little
I went
movie.
and saw it in theaters, and it was kind of empty in there. So I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
it was like we had the run of the theater, so it's kind of a cool experience with that.
Yeah.
I really like being able to like on movies that aren't known. I like to go and watch them, and nobody else is in the theater, just so I
Right.
can be like, huh,
Right.
okay.
Right. Exactly. I like to. Yeah. I mean, Love and Monsters was kind of one of those for me where it was like, I don't know,
You
like
like
you said,
being able to
well,
watch it without
like
crowds.
I wanted it. Yeah. Well, like I wish it would have gone to the theaters because I think it would have done well, and I'm afraid it won't on VOD. But like, I think that I don't know. Like I regret. I mean, I like the fact that I got to watch it by myself, but I regret not
Yeah,
being able to. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I
So
regret that it wasn't in the theater.
here's the thing about VOD. So like VOD compared to theaters is like there's a lot of places like here in Texas that their theaters aren't closing down.
Right.
So it's like VOD is kind of obsolete.
Right.
It,
Yeah.
it it has its purposes, but when it comes to releasing movies,
Mm.
I don't think it's gonna do as well.
No, I
Because
mean, like theaters by themselves are, I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, that's like theaters
theaters,
are. Well, they're a thin profit margin, right? Like they don't make a lot of money. Like, but like when you think about it, like what the theaters make their money off of is concessions, and that's how they stay in business.
yes,
So like almost everything that you get from the tickets that goes toward the movie. Those tickets
yeah,
are $10 a pop, right? I mean, and so
kind of
like
like going to see a band live. All those tickets go towards the company, whereas like their merch is what gets the money.
yeah, which by the way, I was thinking about that. Like the tickets at the theater were like $10 a pop, right? And people were bitching about that back then. But now these movies that are going to VOD, they're like $20 just to watch them, right? So it's like I think people are gonna pull back on that if once we get back into the theater.
See, but that makes sense because like then you're paying 10 for a person, right?
Right.
But instead of that, now you're paying for like usually families are families of four.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, and most people are gonna probably watch them with their families.
Yeah.
The average like household I think holds like three or four children in it, or maybe
Yeah.
like like 2 to 4 children in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, all these people that have like a group of kids and then themselves, they're pretty much saving.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be more curious to see like what these movies are actually making once they're like released on VOD, because they're doing
Yeah.
like when you can own them. I'd be curious to know what kind of money's being made off that. I mean, they're also being distributed on to physical form too. So they're probably paying a lot of distribution fees, I would imagine the studios are, just to have that, and that's probably what, evens it out. But I wonder
Except
if
for Mulan.
right. Mulan's well.
I heard Mulan was awful.
I liked Mulan. You can watch my review. I actually called Mulan a great movie. I think it is actually great. I know like a lot of people shit on it, but like I actually think it's great. But that doesn't mean it should have been $30. You know what I mean? To watch.
Yeah, no, it should not have been 30.
Even though I think it's a great movie, and I really do, and I think a lot of people are being really unfair about it. I think that it's not worth $30. And I think I wonder how the reviews would have been, even though that's unfair, if the movie had been less money. Like, it takes a lot to justify a $30 price tag, in my opinion.
$30 price tag's like paying for 4K. I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't think that, like, from what I've heard about the movie, I don't think it was worth that.
Well, we all got screwed. I mean, you get the 4K on your Disney Plus, and you get to keep it on your Disney Plus if you pay the 30. The problem is then like Disney was like, okay, well, we're gonna put it everywhere else to actually own for $30. Like not too long after that, because the movie flopped. So,
Yikes.
which is dumb, because if I wanted to cancel my Disney Plus for a month, I can't. I lose Milan. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, that just doesn't work. I mean,
Bad marketing.
yeah, I think that people just would have been less shitty about the movie being what the movie was if the price tag was a lot lower, Like, if
Yeah.
I'm a Disney Plus subscriber, and I actually think that this is plenty fair, I think Disney Plus subscribers should have gotten it for 15, even if it was in 4K, because we're already
I mean, we're
paying
already paying for your fucking
right,
subscription.
right.
I think you should have gotten it for $7. Let's be real.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not one of those shit on Disney about everything. I'm just like,
I'm one of those.
I know, but I'm just being honest. Like this
Moana was great.
This was a bad move. But
Did you ever watch Moana, by the way?
Did I watch what?
Moana.
Moana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites of theirs.
I fucking agree. Oh my god, it's such a good movie.
Moana's awesome, man. Yeah, you got Lin-Manuel Miranda writing the music for that. You're gonna have a good time. The soundtrack is killer. I mean, it is. Moana is awesome. I mean, yeah, Dwayne Johnson and whoever that girl was that played Moana. I mean, it's a really.
She was a new actor.
Yeah, she did a good job though.
Yeah, she did. She did a great job voice acting.
I'll never forget that performance she did at the Oscars that year with the. They were carrying around these umbrellas, like, or something like that. Yeah, and then like this girl's a pro, because she sang the song, the "How Far I'll Go." That's what she was performing. She did it beautifully. But these idiots, these knuckleheads around her carrying these, who had to go around with these flag things. One of them hit her in the face with the flag, and this girl, she's like 16 years old at this point, just kept singing. Like she was a pro about it. She just kept singing, like, even though she got hit in the face with one of these.
She was like, "How far I'll go?" Oh god, fuck.
She didn't even miss a beat though. That was what was so impressive. Like, wow. Yeah. Like at 16 years old, that's amazing.
Don't fuck with that girl. She'll fuck you up, bro. She can keep singing after getting hit. Because I would throw hands, bro. But she can keep singing after getting hit. She can take a wrecking ball to the face, and she's gonna be like, "All right, that's it."
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like. I mean, it was probably hard, but like it was the flag part of the flag. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the pole.
Oh,
but
okay.
But still, like it was.
Yeah, because that would have made me lose focus instantly.
Yeah, like her hair, like even went as it hit her. Like it was. I was like, Jesus Christ, you knuckleheads! I mean, you ruined this. You didn't ruin it, but
you fucking bastards.
Yeah, no, she was real pro about it. So that was awesome to watch.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
you said you had one more thing you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, The Boys season 2. Have you watched The Boys yet?
I don't have Amazon, so no.
If you can find a way to watch The Boys, I'm telling you.
Look, you want to give me your Amazon Prime just to watch The Boys? That's all I really want to watch.
I'm one that likes to cancel that after The Boys comes out, because I don't really watch anything else after.
I understand. I don't order enough on Amazon to be like, yeah, Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but the one thing they're killing it with is The Boys. The Boys season 2. And I mean, Amazon, let's be honest, Amazon Prime's put out some banger original movies as well, but I used to go see those in the theater. I didn't get them on Prime, so anyway, so so The Boys season 2. So I'll get right into it. I mean, this is it's created by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. I mean, The Boys isn't like the comic books,
I didn't know that.
They're the showrunners for this. So this show is really killing it. I mean, everybody that watches this seems to love it. I don't think I really have to say much about this. I mean, it was a great season. I mean, honestly, if everything that you loved about the first season, if you watched it, this is that times 2. It's I mean, it's killer. It's amazing. I mean, there's something that happens at the end that's kind of a twist, and you're like, oh my god, that was in front of my face the whole time, but they did it so well that like I missed it. So there's that going for it. Yeah, I recommend this highly. I mean, I feel like the actors just felt more comfortable playing their characters this time around. The filmmaking is on a different level. The budget's obviously bigger this time around, so like everything's just it's much more big. It's more explosive. It's awesome. So highly recommend checking this one out, guys. Boys season 2 is amazing. It's on Amazon Prime right now. Just those are just kind of my quick thoughts on it. Very funny, very action packed, very everything. I mean, intense. It's frustrating at times. It's the boys. I mean, everything you want from the boys is in this season. So I highly recommend checking this one out on Amazon Prime. It's out now. So yeah, that is the Boys season 2 review. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ian, you got to figure out a way to see it.
I feel it. I'll probably get Amazon Prime through certain means.
Yeah.
Being my dad in his position.
Gotcha.
So we'll see about that.
Yeah, if you can, definitely.
Yeah. I actually have a certain movie queued up for me to watch right after this.
Oh, really? Which is?
Yeah. Marriage Story.
Oh, very good, sir.
Adam and you talked about this.
This movie is insanely good. Oh my god. You're gonna like Marriage Story, I think.
I'm prepared to cry for it. Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys went over the Marriage Story, but if you haven't, I feel like now would be a good time to kind of go over it a little bit since we don't.
I do have a review of this on my channel, so
you do.
Yeah,
okay.
You could actually check that out if you type in if you search Marriage Story, Anoraks, it should pop up on the channel. So
cool. Is it one of your short bits, or is it like included in the whole film?
Well, no. This is back when I was just doing
singles.
Yeah, but I mean, even now, I clip reviews out. So, but yeah, I did end up reviewing that on this channel. So, I feel like I saw like everything last year. So like it's like I feel like if there was a movie that came out last year, you could probably find it on this channel, like a review for it. Like I feel like I was seeing everything last year.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but what were you saying?
Did you ever watch Joker?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that movie was great.
Shit, there should be a review on the channel for that. All right.
Check and see. If not, we can talk about that because that was a fantastic film.
No, I reviewed it. I had to have. I know I did. Yeah, it's up there.
Kind of wish I was on there for that one.
Yeah. No,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was of course, Joker's a masterpiece. That was my favorite movie last year.
You know what? So. Since we are on the topic of Joker, have you seen that they're talking about doing a couple more?
It's possible. I mean, it's very possible because of how much it made. I mean, it was $1 billion hit, so it's very possible.
God, it did that much.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, so it's likely going to happen.
There's rumors about Joaquin Phoenix signing a contract for 2 more of those.
Really?
Probably not standalone, but probably to like reprise roles.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. Joaquin's not a franchise guy, so it would be hard. But one of the best interviews I saw with him though was he was talking about that movie, and somebody had asked him like, "Do you have a dream role?" And he's like, "No, I never been that guy to have like a dream role, but now that I've done this movie and everybody's talking about how great the performance was, he's like, I guess this is now my dream role." Like it's just.
Hey, shit, he might do another one. Then.
I don't know. What would you do? I got to be honest. I personally don't need a sequel.
I don't think we necessarily need a sequel to that story. More or less, seeing what that Joker is. That's what I want to see. I want to see what that Joker does as the Joker. Because that was like an upcoming. I'm rising to what I am. That was an origin story, which an origin story he was never supposed to have. He was never supposed to. The Joker was never supposed to have an origin story.
No.
People will tell me I'm wrong, but I'm telling you, the creator said this. Joker was not supposed to have an origin story. He was supposed to be a mystery. So if anything, like yes, they've had little origin stories for him, like the Red Hood or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Well, what are you gonna do in the Joker 2? That'd be my question.
Shit, I mean, we've kind of seen a Jack Nicholson Joker already, but I feel like it'd be cool to see like that mobster style Joker again.
So you think
Because
Joaquin's Joker would become mobster?
I feel like his Joker could easily become a mobster, not necessarily in the sense of mafia style, but like he now has a gang of people that are fucking nuts because of him.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He caused mass mayhem.
I don't know. I just feel like because of the small scale of Joker, I just genuinely feel like it would just kind of ruin what's there. Like you would really have to be clever about how you did it. It
That's fair.
just yeah.
Who was it that directed it? Wasn't it the same guy who directed the Hangover series?
Mm-hmm. Todd Phillips.
That was
Yeah.
a fantastic part in his like on his directing because
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate the Hangover series now. Now that
Uh,
was also because my sister ruined the Hangover series for me.
I like them. I think 2 is the worst one. The first one's the best, obviously.
I don't even remember the third.
Yeah, third one I liked it because it was different, and new. I mean, yeah, I like Todd Phillips. His movie War Dogs was awesome as well.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You should watch War Dogs. It's pretty good. It's on Vudu. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's a
I need to
really awesome
actually
movie.
put your voodoo in.
Oh, you haven't done that yet? Oh, okay.
No. So I've been watching Star Wars on Disney Plus because
Gotcha.
I share with a friend.
Gotcha. No, yeah,
My voodoo doesn't work as well on my PlayStation as I feel like it should.
gotcha. Yeah.
Wink, wink, PlayStation. Your apps are shit. I love your system, but your apps are shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we should probably wrap up here.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything
cool with
else
the
you
short
want to
one
talk
today.
about. Yeah, a short
No.
one today's fine. Yeah.
Say, I don't feel like we had a lot of like. I think you kind of covered the basis of how today was going to go earlier. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, I had one glass of whiskey. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that works
I'm
out.
saving this. I'm saving saving some of the whiskey so I can have a couple glasses for our review of episode 8.
Yeah, can't wait for that. All right, guys. So thank you for joining today. This has been another episode of Dom's Corner. Ian, thank you for joining me today. And before you go, where could the people find you?
Jutacular Ian on Instagram, and I mean, if you really want to follow me on YouTube, I believe that I don't really have anything yet, but should be under Ian Schick. Now it'd probably be easier for Don to just give you the link. So
Okay.
if you want to follow me on YouTube, if Link wants to dom me,
Link wants to dom you.
that's it. If Link wants to dom me, end it.
All right, guys, and I've been Don Martino once again. Again, if you like the content here, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comments section, share this with your friends, do all that. This has been an awesome time here on Dom's Corner, and Ian and I should be back on Saturday for that Last Jedi review, so we will see you guys then. Look forward to that. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Bye-bye.
Joaquin Phoenix, I feel like he might actually do another part for Joker itself.
Yeah.
I'd be excited to see it.
I don't know.
Whatever
What would you do? I got to be honest. I personally don't need a sequel.
I don't think we necessarily need a sequel to that story. More or less seeing what that Joker is. That's what I want to see. I want to see what that Joker does as the Joker. Because that was like an upcoming. I'm rising to what I am. That was an origin story, which an origin story he was never supposed to have. He was never supposed to. The Joker was never supposed to have an origin story.
No.
People will tell me I'm wrong, but I'm telling you, the creator said this. Joker was not supposed to have an origin story. He was supposed to be a mystery. So, if anything, like yes, they've had little origin stories for him, like the Red Hood or whatever it is.
Well, what are you gonna do in the Joker 2? That'd be my question.
Shit, I mean, we've kind of seen a Jack Nicholson Joker already, but I feel like it'd be cool to see like that mobster style Joker again.
So you think
Because
Joaquin's Joker would become mobster?
I feel like his Joker could easily become mobster, not necessarily in the sense of mafia style, but like he now has a gang of people that are fucking nuts because of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He caused mass mayhem.
I don't know. I just feel like because of the small scale of Joker, I just genuinely feel like it would just kind of ruin what's there. Like you would really have to be clever about how you did it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Who was it that directed it? Wasn't it the same guy who directed the Hangover series?
Todd Phillips.
That
Yeah.
was a fantastic part in his like on his directing because
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate the Hangover series now. Now that was also because my sister ruined the Hangover series for me.
I like them. I think 2 is the worst one. The first one's the best, obviously.
I don't even remember the third.
Yeah, third one I liked it because it was different, and new. I mean, yeah, I like Todd Phillips. His movie War Dogs was awesome as well.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You should watch War Dogs. It's pretty good. It's on Vudu. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's a really,
I need to
awesome
actually
movie.
put your voodoo in.
Oh, you haven't done that yet? Oh, okay.
No. So I've been watching Star Wars on Disney Plus because I share with a friend.
Gotcha. No, yeah,
My voodoo doesn't work as well on my PlayStation as I feel like it should.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Wink, wink, PlayStation. Your apps are shit. I love your system, but your apps are shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably wrap up here.
Yeah.
Unless you had anything
cool
else you want to talk about. Yeah, the short one today's fine. Yeah.
Say, I don't feel like we had a lot of like. I think you kind of covered the basis of how today was going to go earlier. So I mean, like, I had 1 glass of whiskey. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that works
I'm
out.
saving this. I'm saving another. Saving some of the whiskey so I can have a couple glasses for our review of episode 8.
Yeah, can't wait for that. All right, guys. So thank you for joining today. This has been another episode of Dom's Corner. Ian, thank you for joining me today. And before you go, where could the people find you?
Jutacular Ian on Instagram, and I mean, if you really want to follow me on YouTube, I believe that I don't really have anything yet, but should be under Ian Schick. Now it'll probably be easier for Dom to just give you the link. So
okay,
if you want to follow me on it on YouTube, if Link wants to Dom me,
Link wants to Dom you.
That's it. If Link wants to Dom me, end it.
All right, guys, and I've been Don Martino once again. Again, if you like the content here, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, do all that. This has been an awesome time here on Dom's Corner, and Ian and I should be back on Saturday for that Last Jedi review, so we will see you guys then. Look forward to that. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Bye-bye.